Hey, this is Laura Whitmore, and we're here with the She Rocks podcast. I'm here in Toronto with Sarah and Charlotte Command of the Command Sisters, and we're going to talk about their music, what's happening with them, why Toronto, all the fun stuff. So, hey, guys.
Hi. Hey.
Nice to see you.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah, welcome to the Six.
Yes. It's my second time here, and
you haven't seen Drake yet.
I know. What's up with that?
I know. The second we landed in Toronto, I was like, "Where's Drake?" I feel like we need to meet him by now. Like he's greeting you.
Does he do local events here?
He does. Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Have you guys met him?
No.
Oh, what?
I've DM'd him 100 times, but he won't get back to my DM.
You're like, hey,
one day
you should know about the Command Sisters.
God, right?
It's more a joke. It'll happen. But, hopefully one day.
There's other great musicians in Toronto besides Drake, though.
That is true.
Right?
There's so many.
Like,
a lot.
You guys.
Aww.
I mean, no. I didn't even see that one coming. I was like, who's the great musician?
No, but that's very kind of you. But yeah, to be honest, the Toronto music scene is really popping. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Because I've been in cities where there wasn't a great music scene, and it's so sad.
It is. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we came from a pretty small town. It's grown into a city now, but when we were first born, we were technically born in Slave Lake, Alberta, and then moved to Spruce Grove, Alberta. It was really small.
From small to slightly bigger.
To slightly bigger, small. But yeah, no, Toronto is
amazing.
amazing.
You're here.
Now we're here.
And so the move has been good for you.
It's been amazing. It's changed our lives, and we haven't really taken it in yet, but it has, yeah.
In good ways and bad ways, I feel like it was like a learning experience, and then like through that you became stronger, and then opportunity came. So it definitely had its seasons, but I think they say 3 years in any city you should like kind of figure out your path, and it was literally 3 years.
Yeah. I will say I have moved and thought, what did I do? Like, why did I do this? Yeah. So I've had my freak out moments, so sure. I'm with you with that.
Yeah.
But you guys just came from rehearsal today, so tell me about what you're working on and how did that go?
Oh, it's been an amazing, I'd say, last 5 months since July. We've been in the studio with Dan Cantor, who, he's MD'd, Justin Bieber and Julia Michaels he's done work with. So it's very humbling and amazing to be working with him. And he's been helping us put together a show of all our new music that we're releasing with Republic Records and Universal next year. So it's been a lot of work, but really, really excited to share it with people.
Yeah. And he has the best band T-shirts. He wears a lot of Beatles and a lot of Van Halen.
Yes.
Wait, you guys are so stylish, and you're saying this guy inspires you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's comfy. Like, I started bringing I have like a care package for rehearsal, because we usually get there at like 9 in the morning. We leave at like 6 or 7. So it's like a big day, right? So I started bringing like candles and pajamas. I started wearing pajamas to rehearsal. No makeup. People that walk in probably think I'm like a 12-year-old.
You're wearing your pajamas to rehearsal?
Oh, yes.
Is that good or bad? Have I like hit rock bottom, or have I made it? I don't know.
I think that's making it. I think if you can show up at rehearsal in pajamas and be like, and nobody says anything to you.
I threw that actual Christmas-looking pajamas, though. Like, they're so pajamas it kills.
Are they like feety pajamas?
Yeah, they're like they have like flannel. They're like the full-on button-up flannel, like Christmas Eve pajamas.
Man, so comfy though. Living the dream.
I hope you don't do that when the label shows up, though. They're like,
I fake it that day.
Yeah.
I fake it. I'm like, this is what I look like when I put.
We have two different.
Well, when you guys are out in public, you are always looking perfect. So it's hard for me to imagine you in your pajamas at rehearsal.
My mom one time
you
saw
will
me.
See it one day.
She saw me across the street one time walking to the gym, and she's like, I didn't even think that was you. I thought that was a 12-year-old boy. And then I looked.
It's true. But I was like, what? But she means it in the most sweet way, Like
I love my mom.
Yeah,
I don't hate her.
Really
Wait,
funny.
That's not a 12-year-old boy. It's my daughter.
Me. Yeah,
that's hysterical.
She goes, Sarah,
Mom,
you're really short.
Oh my gosh. So, can you share with me anything about the new music? Can you talk a little bit about your direction, or we're not allowed to know about that yet?
Charlotte Command, my sister, wrote Is it 6 out of the 8 songs, or is it 5 out of the 7 songs?
No, there's 6 songs.
5 out of the 7 songs on her own in her room.
What?
We have a very... I don't keep track anymore.
Okay.
We have a very small space in Toronto, similar to other cities. You know, you pay for like a shoebox pretty much. And she wrote 5 of them by herself in her room, which I'm very proud of you, Cheryl. It's really cool.
A couple of songs,
and those
were
ended up
and then
on the album. And it's a lot more rock than I think people are expecting. It's very rock. A lot of guitar solos. But it's cool because, like, I'm really bad with words. Luckily, she's good with words, which is why my relationships have suffered. But I'm great with... I feel like I can express my feelings in melodies. So a lot of the guitar solos have my feelings in them, and then she expresses the words. So it's been very much, I feel like, collaborative in different ways. But mostly you, because you're the writer.
But I feel like, if I recall, that you are the expert at the do da da, yeah parts or whatever.
Yes.
It is.
What would we be without that?
You know what?
We would be nothing.
In this record, Cheryl, there's less ooze.
There's less ooze.
There's gonna be more in the next record, so just you'll have your moment.
Our
Don't worry.
second record can be pop, and we can add more ooze. I'm
Yeah.
so ready for this.
But yeah,
It's so much easier
Wait,
to
we
play
haven't heard
live.
the first one yet.
Do you know how hard my solos are to play live? Can we add more ooze? Can I solo less?
yeah, we'll
Less
get there.
bass lines,
I wanna see
please?
How about we
Sarah
just
soloing.
transform? Like you dance, no playing at all, just dancing.
Can I dance, please?
Yeah.
You don't dance?
No.
No, dance.
She's a really good dancer.
No, actually, dancing is really hard. I think Beyonce's are amazing. Like, I have so much respect for artists that can do that. Like, I could never do that.
You're
ever.
lying because
Like,
you're
I'm
a really
trying
good
to
dancer.
smile.
I'm the bad dancer.
No, but in all sincerity, when we've been working on our set since July, which feels like a very long time, like, I play my solos and they're like, get into it more. And I'm like, I'm trying to. And the fact that Beyonce can sing the notes that she can and dance at the same time, like, amazing.
You'll get there, sir. Baby
You get
steps.
there because that's why you rehearse so much, so you don't have to think so much.
That's true.
You
Takes
just
time.
do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I'm totally stoked to hear it. Do we have any timeline information or not really?
We're doing a music video in early January. And the
So-
first single is supposed to be early January.
Yeah.
So...
Or latest, like February. We don't know the exact timeline, but like we'll find out soon. So like one song is gonna come out in the new year, and then the rest, I'm sure, will trickle out. We'll release the rest of the EP somehow, and yeah.
We're dying to hear it. Dying.
It's scary.
I'm down
I don't
to put
know.
it out.
I think it's like when you're so confident with that. I don't know. You've known us for a very long time, but I mean, we've been singing together since we were kids, and like a lot of like rejection, and then a lot of like changing genres. I mean, we started in country, and then we went to pop, then we went to rock, and it's like been this whole thing. And so now like this feels like like we just want something out. We're like, let's just put it out
get
there.
it in the
like, let's
world.
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
I know that feeling. Sometimes you want to get into the world so you can work on the next thing too. Like you've been working on it for so long, right? And now you're like, I want to do something else.
Absolutely.
Put it out there.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll hate it or like it. I don't know.
I don't
Who
think.
cares?
I can almost guarantee you we won't hate it.
But our mom will like it.
Mom's already heard it, Charlotte.
That's what moms are for.
She does like it, so I feel fulfilled.
All
I'm okay.
If mom likes it, that's all that matters.
Hey, having your
really.
mom behind you, that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
It
Fierce
is
female
positive
energy.
family energy.
That's right. Positive
Positive
family
fam.
energy. So you guys just got signed recently with Universal, and then more recently with Republic,
Yeah.
right? So what has that been like? Can you share a little bit about working with the label and how that's been?
Absolutely.
I will
So,
go. Are you
sorry,
gonna
no,
go
I
first?
was just
You
going to
go
say that we've just met the team. We were just in New York actually for like a day to meet the team. And so this is what happens when you get signed to a major record deal. They throw a pizza party for you, and they have really good taste in pizza. And I will say, so that's what it's been like so far.
You get better pizza.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to know.
I will say, like, as an indie, it's crazy, like the amount of work that goes into being an indie artist, and it's the same amount of work, if not more, once you get signed. But I have so much respect for people that put out their work shamelessly and put themselves out there without support. I mean, we did that for 10 plus years as an indie artist, and now when I look back at myself, I'm like, wow, I was brave without having anybody advocate for you. So if you're in that situation, like, keep going, because like we were rejected by so many labels in country, and then we went to pop, and it was this whole thing. But you have to have that fire behind you saying keep going, because now that we're with like this people that we're with now that like we love so much, and it was the right timing. And if you believe in the universe or whatever you believe in, it couldn't have been like a better time. But you know, a lot of discouragement before, and a lot of me thinking I was crazy in my apartment at like 18, working for hours on end. Like, that all adds up, you know.
But it's been great. I mean, I love the team that we're with. Like, they love the record, and it's crazy because it's like those are just songs, most of them I just wrote myself. So it's really exciting that, like, when we met one of the heads of Republic, was it Marty or Avery? I forget which one. They're twins. They're twins. Avery.
Monty.
Okay.
You're
Monty. I'm sorry.
wrong.
I said Marty. I'm so sorry.
It's also a really weird universe thing because they're brothers and we're sisters, and it's just crazy. Right. So, but yeah, they love the record. So
he was just like, they
loved it.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting and cool, and we're excited to finally put something out.
Yeah, that's really, really fun. So it has been a long road for you guys. So how do you stay positive? Like, do you guys have something you do to try to get the bad energy out of your life and focus on good stuff?
Charlotte?
I think for any person in any field, like music, sports, anything that's like left to center, and it's, you know, it's intense, right? And it's a creative endeavor. I think it's good to have like outside hobbies and good friends and family around you, a good support team. Like, pets are awesome. Like, it's gonna sound ridiculous, I have 2 little hamsters, and
she looks after them.
They are really fun. They're really fun. So like, it's something small, like, I don't know, going for a walk, reading a book, having good people around you, just going out with your girlfriends and like watching a movie. I don't know, like little things for me, just very little things to take my mind off things that really help. So yeah.
I think a lot of creative individuals are really hard on themselves, and probably more like subjective to like mental health or insecurity, which goes in part with being creative, which you want to share the deepest, darkest part of your soul, which is very contradictory. It's not very productive. Yeah. And so for me, I always have to keep busy, which is definitely like finding hobbies outside of music, so you don't totally immerse yourself in what you're doing. You know what? Over the Christmas holidays, I worked at a Christmas market. Ooh. And I'm still working there. I don't know when this is going to come out, but I was working at a Christmas market.
Yeah, I don't
either. And very part-time Christmas job, and working for minimum wage and making nothing. But then like realizing the value of your money when you add up the hours, and then like just disassociating myself from like my music career was like a really healthy thing, I think.
In a way, I think it can be. Yeah. And doing little jobs like that can also make you really appreciate what you're doing in music and motivate you to keep going with music.
Because I think ego like kills a lot of artists' careers, and we've seen that. I think that was one big lesson, like being signed, was like we wouldn't have gotten here if it weren't for people like you, Laura, that like believed in us when we literally had nothing to give. And that came from just like smiling and like, you know, wanting to help out and
being chill.
And being chill. And,
you know, I think being a chill person.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, being somebody that people want to work with, no matter what the circumstances. I would never say that you didn't have anything to give. I mean, for my own projects, what you guys gave me by participating and encouraging that project to move forward was really helpful. You know, it's like a lot of work for me to do that, and to find people that are into doing it and will show up and be enthusiastic about it. It's important, you know. So we all of us crazy creatives have those moments of doubt where we're like, will anybody care?
Yeah.
Can we still do this? You know, so
I don't even think you know, no matter what level you're at, even the people who've had the most success in music, you know, I think they still feel that way in a way. You know, like, will anybody like this? You know, I feel like everybody feels that way.
I feel like when you lose touch of that is when it becomes dangerous. Like, I always say that's why I crave normalcy. Like, I want to work retail. I want to make minimum wage. Is I want to feel not good enough because it really helps me stay motivated. I think anytime you lose that sense of normalcy is when you lose touch of, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a cool way of thinking about it.
I'm getting way too deep on
I
this.
understand.
Very deep.
No,
I
I
would
get it.
say, like, I have no danger of that ever happening. I feel like that all the time. So.
Yeah.
And then there's other times when I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Okay.
I
this
like
is
to feel like
working.
I'm struggling a little bit so I stay motivated.
Yeah. I'm
I think
with you
it's
there.
cool, actually.
Yeah, it's good.
I get that.
So you guys are like crazy good at social media, especially you, Sarah. You're just like an insane social media person. So, like, what's your love-hate things about it? And do you have any advice for anybody who might be listening on the social media game?
I mean, I feel like my social media obsession came from feeling like I wasn't good enough, which comes back from the thing of like being a creative where you feel like you have to share stuff and then you're also insecure at the same time, and it's this like love-hate relationship of wanting to share your art but being afraid if people don't like it. And so when I dropped out of high school in grade 11 because I was bullied pretty bad, I was like an awkward kid in school, and that was my way of releasing, like, just like getting my mind off of things. I just wanted to study, for some reason, social media. I really liked it. And I became so obsessed, I just did it every day. And I think that's the thing about social media is you have to do it every day, so many minutes of the day, consistently. I feel like consistency is the key. If you don't do it consistently. Like, I had this thing with TikTok recently. Do you remember that? Yeah. I was like, another platform. I don't want to do it. I'm too stressed out. I just want to go to bed at 9. Like, stop telling me to do another thing. And I was like, in October, I was like, I'm going to do it every day for October. And this is going to suck, but I'm going to do it. And I think like the 6th day and I went viral and I got like 180,000 likes on some video I did.
Wow.
It was
like
just this goofy little video. It was
stupid
hilarious.
video. And I was like, that is the biggest lesson I've ever learned is like, as much as I didn't like how it looked, I was worried about what people were going to think of me. And it was the consistency that just kept going.
So are you doing it every day now?
No, I'm not. And I should.
Yeah, we were just talking about wanting to do more videos, but I think with the rehearsing has been, and we're getting ready for our show at the Garrison.
But I think like talking about like mental health in the industry is also just as important too. It's so easy to overwork yourself, and you as an artist have to tell people, okay,
we'll get back into TikTok pretty soon. We've been getting ideas, but you got to take your time.
Pick a platform. Initially it was Instagram. I picked that and I worked at it every day for a year, and then that grew, and now I'm like ready to focus on something else. So pick one platform.
My niece is really into TikTok. I don't really know anything about it. I might feel like, okay, maybe I'm too old. I don't know.
No, it's a young,
It's definitely a very young thing.
But it's growing though. It's
growing.
now.
Everybody, I feel like every platform starts off that way.
I'm kind of like glad though, because I feel like I am so disappointed now in Facebook. I mean, Facebook's my platform. You know, it's where I go to find out what's happening. But all this crazy, like, you know, disinformation and, you know, all the kind of spammy articles out there that get pushed in your feed. I'm like so done with that.
It can definitely get annoying for sure.
It's fun just to have social media that's like filled with like positivity and like fun and like so much of TikTok is like the best humor in the world.
It's very it's fun, and I feel like Instagram to some extent, if you like, obviously you can choose who you follow. Like, I'm gonna follow a bunch of little like animal and dog and cats. Hamster. I'm gonna follow a bunch of hamsters. You know what I mean? Like,
it's great.
Yeah, you can choose what you want to see, and that's
like very like 0.1% of people on Instagram follow the Command Sisters, and I like to think we post mostly positive things. Yeah, so it's good.
Try to. Yeah.
No, I think it's really great. So you guys have like your own like special style. Like, how did you decide how to go in that direction and sort of build your look and integrate it with what you do?
That with the color scheme?
Yeah.
This is it's a story. So we were, at the time, we were living, or not living in Nashville, but we were off and on in Nashville. And I remember one meeting in particular, we went to Nashville and like we had a bunch of meetings and they all like didn't get it and they didn't get the look. And like this one guy was like, you look like every other girls in guitars. Like that's what you look like. You'll never make a career with that. And at first I was really mad. And then I was like, okay, maybe I should like take a step back and like listen to the advice he had. And it frustrated me because I was hearing these songs my sister was writing at home. It's like, I wish people would just listen to the songs because I feel like they have all this potential. They're amazing. And so we'd show up wearing dresses with flowers on them because who doesn't love flower dresses and cowboy boots?
And cowboy boots.
I love cowboy boots and flower dresses. I still love them. But our last name was Command, and we were sisters, so we went by Command Sisters, and I feel like the name was too bold for the image. Not that flower dresses are not bold, because they are, but there was a disconnect.
I know what you mean. It's like a softer look.
A softer look.
And also the kind of music that we were wanting to go into that I was writing at home, but nobody knew about.
Right. So it was a disconnect. And so when I left high school, I started reading a bunch of branding books, and I'd live at the library, and I just immersed myself in that for like a good few months. And then that eventually turned into the color scheme and the Instagram. And it was, I told myself, if I do Instagram every day for a year and it doesn't work, I hate social media and it's a hoax. And after a year of doing it was when we got all of our sponsorships and we started growing a following and people started listening to the demos that we had. And it was like, oh, okay, so the image is the door, but the music is the key.
Right. There you go.
So the door was catching their attention, but then in order for them to say yes is the key. And that's how we got our record deal. And it was an amazing experience to learn.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. Like it's all part of the process, right? So, I mean, like it or hate it. I mean, the way that you look, your image, your music. I mean, it's all you. So it's all part of what people look at. And
I'm sorry, Shel, for ranting. So that's
fine. I knew this is a question for you.
No, but for me, it gave me purpose because like I genuinely I think people look at image as like a self-centered thing, but like that's what gets me so excited. It feels like it's creative, it's like fashion, it's art.
Just another side of like my writing is your like the visuals, like photo shoots and videos. Like that's a creative side of it's just another side of the puzzle.
I love it.
Right?
I think it's so fun to like watch you guys on social media and see what you're wearing in your various escapades.
I mean,
it's fun,
Yeah. I've actually I feel extremely humbled because half the time I don't know what I'm doing, but I've had a few artists come to me and want me to mentor them on social media and image. And I literally say, I'm like, it's like an extension of your music. And the only reason why I can say that is because my sister writes the music and I do the image stuff. So we're like yin and yang, thank goodness. I do not know how people can manage both worlds, business and artistic. If you're an artist listening that can do that, you are a unicorn and you should be very proud of yourself, because I'm very lucky that I have my sister. I wouldn't be in music if it wasn't for you.
No, that's so sweet. But I always say the same thing because you should have seen the social media when I was doing it. Oh, it
Go
was
back far enough
bad.
if you have time on your hands.
If you scroll down on Command Sisters to the beginning of our Instagram, you can definitely see what that looked like. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun.
But see, we're all good at some things and not so good at other things.
Yeah.
And part of it is figuring out what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are,
Yeah.
right? So it's awesome that you guys are a great team.
It helps.
It helps.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like if we did the same thing, it would just be like, well, because like for me, it's like I don't even question her songwriting. I'm like, you got it, you do your thing.
I always say we should write more together because she's actually a really good writer. She never writes songs, but like every couple years she'll come out with a song. I'll be like, that is so good. And I'm just like, she knows it's in her, but like, you have to want to do it, and you have to like, it has to be the right time. Like, maybe one day I'll pick up the guitar and I'll start soloing. Do I feel motivated now? Hell no. Like, no way. It's like going to the gym for me. It's like, oh,
So much
soloing.
work.
Yeah, but it maybe one day.
Yeah,
Find your
you know,
strengths.
everything has its time. And
I'll never be a
place.
Beyonce, but love her.
You don't need to, though. It's okay. You be
Yeah.
you. It's good. So I know you're going to hate me for asking you guys
God.
this, but will you sing a little something?
Oh my God. What? Like happy birthday? Oh, Canada.
And, no,
Just
one
sing
of your
Canada.
songs.
Oh,
Don't.
Oh my God, I wish we had a guitar.
What
Oh, Canada.
What song should we sing?
How many
Oh,
do
Canada.
I- no. Oh, say, can you see?
What should we
See,
sing?
I know the American national anthem.
Can we sing a song that's on the
Just sing a little
record,
bit of
or-
something.
We don't have. It's all.
If you're not allowed to sing something on the record, sing
Yeah.
something that's not on the record.
Oh, probably like Someone Else's Dream, maybe.
No,
A Low
Amazing
Profile?
Grace.
Low profile.
They gotta
Amazing
think about it now.
Grace.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, do
Okay.
it.
We grew up singing like
Country.
gospel
And
country
a-
music.
yeah, a lot of
Ooh,
gospel.
Yeah, let's hear
Oh,
that.
let's do
we
it.
haven't done this in forever though. Can we cut it out if it sucks?
Yeah,
Or
we
can
can.
like,
Let's try.
crop it
If
out?
there's a cut right here, then actually, if there's a cut, you won't ever even hear this part.
Or you should just add it in for fun because it makes it sound cool. We sound
do
so like rock and roll right now.
There you
Um,
We haven't done this in years.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck.
go. Nah.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I've found, was blind, but now I see.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that was
It was-
amazing.
We remembered it.
Oh. We definitely won't have to cut that out.
Hopefully it was okay.
Well, guys, it was so nice to catch up with you.
Yeah, so
Is there anything else you'd like to share that's coming up? Are we going to be able to see you guys play anywhere sometime in 2020, maybe?
2020.
Is
Yeah.
that the year?
2020.
yeah.
Yeah, if you want to check out, I feel like our Instagram is a good place. I don't update my LinkedIn as much anymore. It's like kind of
Oh, yeah.
there.
Tell people where to find you guys.
Instagram mostly.
Is it
at command is our last name. COMM.
By at, she means the little at sign.
at symbol?
Yeah.
I think people know now.
Command
Okay,
that
okay.
is.
Sisters.
Same for Facebook,
At
Twitter.
Command Sisters. No, the. Just
No, the,
Just
yeah.
Command
Command
Sisters.
Twitter,
Right to the
TikTok, I guess.
commanding part.
All that stuff. We also have a
Um,
website, you know,
Oh.
if you need.
Website.
Is it commandsisters.com?
It is .com.
Yeah.
We lost
Good old-fashioned
the
website.
We don't want the no
No.
stinking the.
That's
You know
too
what?
long.
We're becoming minimalist in 2020. It's not 2019 anymore, in 2020, so no the anymore. But yeah, definitely check our social media. That's where we post about
We'll
all of
update.
dating
The new year.
escapades and music releases and
Yeah.
stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to make sure people check on that. We'll add the link.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so
Thank
much
you.
for hanging with
Thank
me
you.
and
This is
telling
so
me the
fun.
scoop.
Yeah. Thank
So thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
It's an honor.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good.
Drake.